Okay, here it is, 600 bucks. This is what will get you. 85 Sportster, apparently Cheech was the name of this one. Either that or Top Dog, do not know. Definitely some sort of a custom paint job. 85 iron head is a weirdo kind of motor. Definitely it's been sitting outside for some period of time, right? You can tell with the chain, everything else. Definitely some corrosion. We're gonna work through all that, but I want to see if I can get this thing running. So today we're gonna unload this thing and go through it, throw some power at it, throw a little fuel at it, and see if this thing will start hitting off. The fact the spark plug is disconnected gives me so much hope. I can't wait to really try and see what happens here. Okay, so we're gonna do some initial inspection on this thing, figure out what the options are gonna be. I know gas tank, let's see if you guys can even see down in there, but that's completely screwed. So we'll pull the gas tank off and I'll just run it on a bottle for today. But we're gonna pull the plugs out real quick, pull this gas tank off, get some of the other stuff out of the way. So we're gonna go through all that. The motor does spin over, so that's good. I'm gonna pull the plugs, see how those look, and it does shift. So we have gears and we have some compression. So I think once I jump some power to it and short out the starter, we should be able to get this thing to spin over. There's still some oil in the bag. I'm gonna add a little bit more to it, and I think with that and some fuel, this thing should fire off. Looks like the battery's from 2018, so this thing's been sitting for 5 or 6 years. It's been into before, because you can see these bolts and everything they put in for the actual cylinder heads. It does still have factory cylinders on it, but the heads have been off at some point. So and all these have been changed out. A couple things have been done to it, not to mention the paint job. So I know at least somebody put some amount of money into this thing at some point in its life, and then it's set for a long period of time. So took the gas tank off. I had to swap out the ignition switch, and I put new spark plugs in it. So just some old Champion J8Cs. The lawnmower plugs, they work great on these motors. It does have the electronic ignition on it, so walk around. Open up the points cover. It's got this shebang, so we'll see if that actually works or not. These things fry and then they die and everything else. But the carb looks clean. All this looks good. It actuates, moves free. Definitely corroded some, but sprayed some WD-40 on it and all this stuff loosened up. So we're gonna pull this. We'll pull the backing plate off, and then I'm gonna drop the float bowl out, clean all that out, make sure the jets are clean. So rotated it over after I got the starter unstuck, because it was not wanting to work initially, but after a little coercing with the hammer, it came around, and now the motor's rotating, spinning free. Got spark in both plugs, so all that seems fine. And when you turn the key on, so everything lights up, and the oil pressure light went out as I was rotating the motor around, so I know I'm moving oil, at least making some amount of pressure. So we're gonna fire this old girl up. I've got it rigged up with a little makeshift fuel bladder here. I'll throw some gas in there. Already cleaned the carburetor out. It was completely just destroyed on the inside, basically. But it's all set up now, clean, jets cleaned, everything else. Oil in the bag, and I know I'm moving oil because the oil pressure light went out, and I threw a little bit of oil in the transmission just in case. So let's fire this thing up. The old girl. Don't need a whole lot, just a little bit, just enough to see if this old girl's gonna fire. See if we can get some fuel. That's gas. All right, let's do this. Oh, we're close. She is thinking about it. Close. We're close. Oh, all right. So that's fucked. That's pretty good and fucked there. All right. Okay. That's got a massive hole in it. All right. Wasn't ready for that. Wasn't ready for that. Well, Cheeched himself all over the lift, but sounds like a good motor. Oil filter's completely destroyed, so that's good. This is all good. This is what we do this. Let's we'll get some rags on this. We'll pop that little old oil filter off. Assuming whoever was trying to take it off last poked a hole in it, because it is doing absolutely nothing other than dumping oil everywhere. And all right. Well, I'd say we got a good running motor here. Sounds good. Really sucks. It started to come around and idle. So, I'm going to get all of this cleaned up. Oh Lord, a lot of oil. There's everything in the bottom end of the motor that was trying to dump out. But oh well. Ending this video off here. It runs, it works, it dumped all of its oil out, which is fine, whatever. I'll get another oil filter, and this thing will be some sort of something. I don't know if I'm doing a chopper with it or whatnot. These tins are gone. Like, I'm gonna sell all this off if anybody wants a full matching set of tins that says Cheech and Top Dog on it. Will definitely be for sale. But overall, couldn't be happier. 600 bucks, running complete 85 Ironhead. I needed, well, with everything going on, I didn't check to see if it was charging and like all that sort of stuff. I'll do that later, but not too bad.